In part 1 of this account of a running session, we saw the first ore train and sun train movements of the day and followed the early morning mixed as it made its way down the line. We now pick up the story where we left off. At the quarry, the sand hoppers have now been loaded up and the train is ready for departure. In the background, we see the mixed has been to the far end of the line at Peckforton and is now making its way back up the line towards Beeston Castle and thence on to Beeston Market. Whilst the up mixed is heading for Beeston Market, having paused at Beeston Castle, the sand train is actually several miles away and steaming up Gallantry Bank on its way to Buckley. This is how I squeeze 7 miles of railway into a modest back garden. At Beeston Market, a down ore train is patiently waiting as the up mixed arrives. Once the ore train receives its right of way, it departs. At Beeston Castle, the up sun train coasts in on the loop and waits until the down ore train arrives, thereby clearing the line ahead. The sand train can now progress on its way to Beeston Market. And the ore train can proceed down the line towards Peckforton. Returning to Beeston Market, the sand train has arrived and, having parked its brake van in the siding, it reverses into the exchange siding. The mid-morning down passenger departs. Having dropped their loads of sand into the mainline wagons, the sand train emerges from the exchange siding, whilst Hunslet Loco No. 25 Tattenhall is marshalling the daily pickup goods on the loop. Eventually, the pickup goods is ready to depart. The wagons and their origins and destinations for the journey are determined by my own computer-based semi-randomised freight management system. This ensures that every goods train on Peckforton Light Railway is different, and that sometimes shunting at intermediate stations can become very challenging, and for me, absolutely fascinating. The pickup goods on its approach to Beeston Castle Station. At Beeston Castle, 2 empty coal wagons are removed from William Francis coal yard and attached to the train. The logistics of shunting, whether to drop off or retrieve wagons as the train goes up or down the line, is one of the fascinations of railway modelling for me. I can happily spend half an hour immersed in this type of operation, here condensed into around 30 seconds. Having completed its shunting, the pickup goods pulls into the passing loop, just as an up ore train trundles past. After a brief chat with a couple of locals watching proceedings on the platform, the pickup goods departs. Eventually, the up ore arrives at Beeston Market Station and makes its way to the exchange siding. Having discharged its load, the sand train can now proceed down towards the quarry for yet another trainload of sand. At the same time, the Down pickup goods is coasting along beside the River Gowie on its way to Peckforton. And the late morning up passenger is approaching Peckforton from the opposite direction. At Peckforton, the Down pickup goods has already pulled into the passing loop as the up passenger arrives on the platform road. The pickup goods departs. The more astute will have noticed that Hunslet Loco number 25 has somehow morphed into Black Hawthorn Loco number 12 Tarpley. The old LGB toy train motor block I had dusted off for the Hunslet gave up the ghost, and so yet another LGB toy train powered loco has taken its place. As Hunslet number 3, another LGB toy train powered loco, awaits the all clear at Peckforton, the pickup goods can be seen in the background on its approach to Buckley. The Down sand train chugs in. I usually have only a maximum of 2 trains running at the same time, but occasionally I do have 3 on the go, but only when I'm confident that there is plenty of time for me to switch attention from one to the other. With the road ahead now clear, the up passenger can depart, only a couple of minutes late. Normally, passenger services get priority, and freight trains have to wait. But today, there seems to have been a heavy demand for ore and sand train movements. At Buckley, the Down pickup goods is in the middle of shunting when the Down sand train passes through. Normally, shunting at Buckley is carried out as the pickup goods passes on its way back up the line. But today, the freight manifest demands that a wagon is transferred from Buckley down the line to Bickerton, and so it makes sense for all the shunting to be done at the same time. Here we see the rest of shunting operations at Buckley carried out at 5 times normal speed, and with my interventions to uncouple stock and change points removed. In total, this whole sequence actually took 11 minutes. Whilst the shunting was happening at Buckley, an ore train was making its way down the line. At this point, it's between Peckforton and Buckley. It is closely pursued by the midday Down passenger, which is on its way to Peckforton. The Down ore eventually coasts to a halt at the copper mine sidings beneath the loading chutes. The pickup goods has finally reached the end of the line at Bickerton and has shunted its wagons off and on to the train. It has been waiting patiently for the arrival of the midday down passenger. And so we have reached the end of this instalment. The last episode will follow shortly. I hope you enjoy it.